Let's go back. We'll do the rear bumper first. Yep. Good job, buddy. The 1986 Buick Grand National, known as the
Grand National?
is back, but it's not so bland anymore. It's running really, really good. It's doing all the turbo noises. It does the tire frying. It gently eases around. It's getting the miles per gallon. It fired right up for you. It runs great, but we've got to start working on the looks department. I don't know about you guys, but these bumper fillers have been driving me nuts since the first day that we picked it up. I've got some. We've got to tear off the rear bumper, the front bumper, the lenses, the lights, put bumper fillers in, get them prepped, get them mounted, take them off, get them painted, get them back on, get the bumpers back on, and get this thing looking right. I think it kind of deserves it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes.
Okay, well that's better than no. Are you gonna help?
Yeah.
Okay, a little grips in. Yes. Let's dig in. Bentley was just pointing out if I was a better fabricator, I could probably just shorten up these bumper shocks, cushions, you know, the 80s crash technology, and just bring this bumper in, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We've got some plastic fillers. Actually, they're fiberglass fillers, which is a step up. Then they have carbon, which is like the big buck stuff. We're not getting into that, but essentially they fill this big gap right here, and they're gonna make this look really sharp. That's gonna fold under the bumper. I'm not sure if we're gonna sand the bumper down and paint that as well or not. We'll see if we can get this hardware off for this cushion here and probably make that decision. But I think starting in the rear would be best, buddy, because we can get right to these nuts.
Yeah.
Feel like we're doing something, right? And we can put it up on the lift, get it right in our teeth, and just start cracking that off. Maybe we'll take some measurements and some photographs where all this is aligned and sitting, and maybe run a paint marker around these nuts. What do you think about that? So when we put it back, we know where it was?
Smart.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. This was a very common problem for 80s every car. It really didn't matter what the make or model was. The plastic was garbage. It exploded if you breathed on it. The clear coat came off of the thing. The interiors were trash. I mean, everyone was just hanging on, trying to survive, fuel crisis mode. How do we get the net out of this car with the cheapest input possible? And unfortunately, the beloved Buick Regal suffered some of that. So here's kind of a closer look where that bumper filler goes. You could still see where it was attached and some of the plastic behind it, actually. That's pretty funny. Normally these pieces are gone, they're just rotted off, but that's what clamps the ABS between the body and, you know, that clampy thingy. But we're gonna have fiberglass to do that. And it fills all of this and then comes down through here, comes up through here, does the whole thing. We've got to get in here and get these nuts off. There's 4 in each side, and then this whole bumper should come off. But what I was mentioning to Bentley is we should make some marks on here so we're not guessing, throwing a level on this thing, because if the tire pressures are off or anything else, running a level on this isn't going to do us any good. We want to put it right back where they had it at the factory, when they had the spacers and the doodads and the laser machines. And I don't know, Bill had 3 beers by lunch and he lined this thing perfectly, and that's what we're going to go for. So let's get this up in the air, get this bumper off. See if you can line it up in there. Take a peek in there. I stand corrected. We're going to go for the lenses first, because if we get this up in the air, there might be some bolts we can get from the bottom. I'm not really sure how this goes. I've never done G-body filler panels. We're on this journey, just, you know, together. So we're gonna pop the trunk, probably knock these lenses out. There's plastic doodabbers in there and the lights just clip in. Get them out of the way. Bentley pointed out this flapping metal down here. You know, it's not really doing anything. And that's what made me think, let's get those up first. And then we'll get to it. You find it?
I can't even see nothing in there.
Yeah, you gotta have night pirate eyes. Not there. A little smaller.
Small?
Yep. New lenses on this would really look sharp. This one's getting weather checked and cracked. You can run some just paint finish type polish down these, make them look better, but I think this one is past that. Uh-oh. So it gotta be longer? Yet? I can't.
You sure this one was
Bring
too
that
big?
one back again.
The small one or the big one?
I think this one we'll try. Gotta ramp it. We gotta bring it up.
There.
There we go. What do we got in here? Oh, look at this full-size spare with the wheel.
Have you ever been in here?
I think once or twice. It's got some heat in here.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Look how beautiful that paint used to be. Jack sticker's perfect. The codes looking pretty good. We got the full-size spare down here. Eagle Goodyear it says. Floor mat, 50 million pine needles. This is the piece that goes under to the driver's side, but right now I'm fighting brake light switch and cruise control switch. So that is not going in yet until I get all of that finished and fixed. This is one of the bigger unfortunate problems with this trunk lid is it's got the G-body shuffle rust in it. Unfortunately, the inner wheel wells, the trunk floor, everything is solid. I think this car is definitely savable and I want to do that, but we're going to have to do it a little bit at a time. So right now we're going to take the rear lights out. They got these plastic, they're just a nut basically, plastic wing nut. There's a bunch of them. We'll get these off. In fact, I think 7/16 in a drill, but if you want, we'll take these right off.
Yeah, they're kind of hard.
Yeah, why don't you go do that, please? And we'll wing these off. There's some back here as well. Get these out of the way, and then we'll lift it up and take a peek. Well, that's way faster, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. One more, I think.
Yeah. Socket keeps coming off with the ratchet.
There we go. Uh-oh, that one broke. Oh, look at this. It's just powder.
Ooh. Well, this is what that bracket was. Where
Look
it
at
sits
that.
on.
It's just like,
Oh, you're gonna get poked so bad.
yeah, we need new lenses, unfortunately. So these, you just squeeze, turn, pull.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, and then this one's just a twist. There you go. So I think this was the original filler assembly doodabber. That's too bad. Hardware is going to be shot on that, and I don't know if we need that stability or not. We're going to have to pull out the other pieces and look at it, but obviously that's a concern. So you want to grab this side, bud? I think we just got 3 left, I think. So here are these pieces here. They've been here since 23. And these are a fiberglass setup here, which is a step up from the ABS. These won't get bent up or folded or molded as much as ABS, like in a shipping box or something like that. And you can fix those with a heat gun and stuff like that. But these should be molded pretty darn precise. We're gonna have to drill some holes, it looks like. But I'm looking at the rear ones here. It's this way. I'm not quite sure how this works. So we're gonna get these out of the packages, take a closer look at them. You know, help me understand how this works. Help me! And then we'll move forward. So on the side here, we've got, again, these 3 bolts, and then this piece here that clamps it. I'm just trying to figure out what this does. It almost looks like I might just could have rested on, you know, this piece right here. Looking at this piece, I see the provisions for the holes there, but if I try to kind of line this up, these little bump outs don't line up with that. So maybe we're just going to drill a hole and run some new 1/4-inch hardware through here. Haven't really decided yet, but we're not going to get any of it done unless we start tearing into it. So let's go ahead and just rip this thing off and see what we can get lined up. I think we might be able to take these, well, we're going to have to. I don't have these diving boards anymore. So we'll probably take them off, but we got to get this fitted in here. Fitted, fit. Needs a wash. Drove it through the rain the other day. Childhood dream car right here. That's a little rough around the edges, but we got it for a good price, okay? All right, now we got the rig up in our teeth. I think these are speed nuts. See how they're kind of like tin? Mm-hmm. But it's not like a full nut. Yeah. So those are probably gonna get wrecked, unfortunately, coming up. These are nut nuts. I don't know if this is M&M's or the Americans.
Probably American.
Okay then, let's try a 1/2-inch deep well and a 7/16 on a 1/4-inch. Por favor, senor. These will fill this car in so good and make it look so much better going down the road. It's just kind of dorky right now with that big space in there. We haven't decided if we're going to, what was the discussion? Mount them on the car, then paint them, or fit them, take them off, paint them, put them back?
Yeah, it was mount them on the car, paint them, mount them, take them off, paint them.
Yeah, which one do you want to do?
Let's test fit it first and see if it's easy.
See how things are going?
And if it's easy, then we'll just paint them outside of the car.
See, this is not fitting very good. I bet if you got a 13, it's going to fit really good.
All right. Do you want me to keep 7/16?
Let me try that out. That might work. I'll take a ratchet for that one.
I don't know if it's the right size. It keeps skipping.
You know, it might be a 10.
Might be.
You want to grab a 10 maybe? I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
You're busy working. And you're welcome. Where's a 10 right here? It's not a 10. Uh-oh. You know, the 11 M&M feels really tight on it.
Try it.
That one's skipping over.
Yeah.
Feel better?
Oh,
that plastic falling out of there. Is it stripped?
I don't know.
Oh, it's moving. Yeah, if those get stuck on there, they're kind of a bugger. It's like a skeeter bite on the ankle bone. Just a pain in the rear.
It's like weird shaped.
Yeah, they're kind of conical.
Oh, that's
Nice. Do you want to go ahead? I think we take these out too. You want to use it on the juice box?
Yeah. Think it's the same size?
Yeah, I think so. Assembly plant stuff. They would have tried to make it quick, you know? There you go. We'll save all these because, you know, we're hoarders. Oh, whoa, easy. Trying to flip the car upside down or what?
What was that? Oh, I forgot you don't have the ring on
Yeah, there's no
this.
clip on that one.
I'm taking off these bracket thingamadoo-dabs, and then we'll test fit our plastic thingies. I'm gonna head over here and get these ones off.
You dropped 37 of these. How many we got left?
Should be all.
Oh, did you find them?
Yeah.
Well, that one's hooked up actually. There you go. Nice finger control. I gotta get that ring for that
Yeah.
someday. They're too expensive to buy another one.
Like 10 cents.
No, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that was like $200.
I don't think I can make one of these on the table. I mean, I might could with the brake over there. But, okay. Oh, you got this side too.
All right.
Try your finger bones. Too tight?
Yeah. It's just rusty. Very rusty.
So to make this easier when we go to put it back on, I'm making a mark around these. I already did the other side. And this is going to show me where these were on this bracket. And then we should just have to line it back up. And everything will be good as far as the relationship to the filler, at least in stock form. Obviously the ones we have aren't what was in here, but it's going to get us really, really close as far as bumper alignment, because it looks like there is a tremendous amount of adjustment in these. So that should save us a bunch of time. Close your eyeballs. Putting some juice on these. Got a little bit of clear coat on them from when I sprayed the car, because there were no fillers, so it was just flying right on in here. I didn't mask this off at all, but this ought to help. We're using a ratcheting wrench. I believe it's size 13.
Yep.
Bentley says, yep, that's the one. We should be able to hawk this whole thing off at once, and then might get in here and clean this up. This is a really good opportunity to kind of just get all this cleaned and just back to real life for a minute. You know what I mean? And then we can start fitting those bumper fillers. Got two off already?
What's that?
Nice. They weren't that tight, were they? Remember the spacer. If this spacer falls out, just try to remember where it's at. So when we, I think that's the tilt. You got the aft and the starboard. I don't know. Not a bumper aligner, 4000 black belt. But try to keep a peek on that if you could. Should we leave this rusty color up here, or should we sand that off and make it black?
Maybe sand it since it's gonna be shiny black up top.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Going all in. Yeah, see those marks right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna help us big time putting the bumper back on. Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Bentley just asked a very good question. He said, should I take all these off, or are you gonna hang on to this thing? I think we're gonna leave one nut on here for safety, 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 safety. Probably won't fall off, but you know, just in case. You're getting there.
Yep.
I think we get these two other ones loose. I probably better take you to supper.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
You hungry? I am too. And then we'll come back and dig on this a little bit more.
Jesus,
I'm gonna lift the car off the lift. Holy smokehouse. Oh yeah, this side's ready to rock. Ready to rock. It's just chunks of rust falling out in sheets. This poor car. Ready? Safety. There we go.
Nice.
Wash the paint. Boy, that is really... I wonder if we should wire wheel these, rust treat them, and paint them.
Yeah.
Probably like this stuff too.
Oh,
Ooh,
wait,
it's
this
starting to
one's
get
even-
into the body mount. Show me what you got here. That's not very good. This side's not too bad. This side's got some... Oh, domino effect. We gotta get in here. Slow this stuff down. Clean these up, paint these. We might as well body seal some of this. Clean this up. Because, you know, we don't want to do this again, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just do it while we're here.
Yep.
All right. Well, it is about a week and a half later. Car didn't go anywhere, but a guy did. I had to leave state. Ran up to Iowa to get that Model A. That didn't go swimmingly well, but nonetheless, we'll be back on that thing pretty soon. Now that we're back home, I have to admit, the missing bumper fillers have come to grips. It was getting under my skin. And it was for a lot of you too, and it seemed like an easy project. Just slap them in there quick. But now we are in it. I've got to clean up this rust. We got to do some things in here, so I don't plan on taking it all back apart. So let's knock some of this off here, and then we'll rebuild it a little bit. Oh, safety first. There we go. Ooh, this doesn't sound so hot. Go all the way, light bulb. If you want to know a cheap trick to make any rig just look clean, pop, it's tail lenses and tail lamp markers and stuff like that, side markers. The rest of the car could still be, well, junk and bland. But if you got shiny new woven down illumination panels, boop, boop, it's gonna look better. I don't have any, I was just telling you a story. This one needs it. It's broken, cracked. It's got all the like kajillion spider webs and stuff. It was on the verge of just blowing out. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled, but if you know a place, oh yeah, this too, these just turn into powder. I forgot about that. If you know where to get these cheap, decent quality, you know, made in Korea or Taiwan or something, yeah, that's the way it goes anymore. Preferably US, but let's face it, that won't happen. Let me know, because I think I would like to replace these. but these are easy to do down the road. We just got to get the fillers in. Okay, we got to slow this rust down here. All this surface rust. Kind of ground out what I could with the old cheek poker. So we're gonna use, you guys see me use this a bajillion times, this rust fix stuff. Spray it on. There's some sort of chemical thing that happens. And when it dries and kills the rust, it turns black. Lets you know. So I'm gonna mist this in here. Make sure to get all the scaly stuff off if you're using this, otherwise you're not really doing much. You know what I mean? Get this, there we go. Like I say, we'll probably have the lenses out again at some point, but doubt we'll be taking the bumper off. So let's get these pads dolled up, and I wanted to get the scale knocked off this body mount back here that's hanging on like an upside down kid on a swing, you know, just flailing. Oh, that was me, actually. Concussion number 3, 3rd grade. Great. Okay, we'll let that sit. Now that the rust converter is on there and cooking away, we've got to address the seam seal in a few different areas. I'm just trying to prevent this body from really going here. This needs work. See the panels? You got a panel here, and a panel here that meet, and I can actually see a hole into the trunk. This needs smooched up. See, this is all at the factory there. And I think I want to put a little bit over here as well. Keep this from really letting loose. I'm just going to use this brushable seam sealer. They make it like for a caulk gun as well, but I've used this stuff for years. And just better when you need control. Goes on with the paintbrush, which I don't have. So I'm going to use the number 1. Boop! Don't get greedy. A little bit goes a long way, okay? There we go. I think they make this in a bunch, I don't know. They make it in colors, I'm assuming. I just always get gray because it's the cheapest. So let's smear this in here a little bit. This should only be on my finger for about a month and a half. That's pretty good. Kind of remind us where we've been. It's the best way to know where to go. Okay, now I got to really squish it into this hole. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I took some away. Give me some more. Give me some back. There we go. Nice and easy. Just like that. And we'll put a little drop right there. That's looking just fine. Same thing over here, just one happy little finger blob. Boop. Oh yeah, that looks splendid. Dare I say, better than factory. I said it. I seen the job they was doing over there. Goodness. Must have been built on a late Friday afternoon or something. There we go. Bill said, I ain't got time for this. I got cards in 30 minutes, and I got to get across town. Well, okay, that's pretty messy. I'm sorry for talking about Bill like that. I see what he was up against. There we go. There. Yep. So that seam sealer is ready to paint in about 60 minutes. It's been on there for 2. Yep. And the rust converter also has to dry. So I think what we should do is go up to the Walmart tickler up there, you know, the old red light mover, and see what it's going to take to get that thing apart. I glanced in there, kind of scanned the peepers, and there was 57,000 bolts. Why? So let's go start wrestling with that. By the time we get, I don't know, 1/5 of the way through there, we can come back and work on this more. So somehow, some way, this thing has got to get thrown into the, oh, there we go, installed. That wasn't so bad after all. No, you'd think it'd be that easy. Let me show you this though. We've got 4 bolts here, which makes sense. But then, to get that, you've got
17, maybe 30 through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe on each side. Plus, you got to get your arm up through there to get the actual bumper bolts off. Lights shouldn't be a problem. Just disconnect it here, it looks like. I'll break it. Ready? Break. Oh no, it came off. Wow. So, I guess we should start on that. Let me throw it in neutralis, skid it forward, hang it off the lip, and then maybe I can get my cerebellum up in there and start figuring out how to take this bad boy off, because I do not think this will go in there. Oh, maybe it would. Actually, no. See, we're just gonna really scratch it up, which I don't think it's too terrible of a problem. You know, given the other paint, but I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. I guess before I dump the car off the lift, I'm gonna hit these with some juice. Breaking out the Kroll. That's when you know I'm serious. Special occasions only. When I know it's going to be really fun. This is where we lose the Grand National. Sorry in advance. Oh, come on. Well, we got safety. How are you supposed to... I can't believe it. Gotta blink twice, shake your head. We there yet? Oh, we got a long ways to go. Stop! Whew. Okay. All right. Ooh, drill bit. That's a front pocket find. All right, let's get her up in the air a little bit more on her teeth, so we're not doing this all day long. And then we'll start taking nuts and bolts out. First thing I'm going after is this lower valance, chin spoiler, plastic, wind whipper, drag it on the curb stop, rip it off. No car has it, makes whistling noises piece. Down here on the bottom. Now would be a good time to go back to the fridge, get another cold snack. Yeah, you're shaking it like, yeah, I am getting down there. Well, I'll be here when you get back. Guess what I'm gonna be doing? This. Is this spinning? Oh no. Now we're really in it. You know, call me crazy if you want, but I'm looking at 4 nuts here that are 17 miles long, or just 3 here that are only 2 miles long. And we get the same result. Bumper comes out. And we don't have to mess with shims. Yeah, they shimmed these, depending on how crooked your frame was and stuff. See? 94 shims on this side. Not on the other side. We can retain all of this garbly gook if we just take it off there. I think I might try that. Ha! Got it. I had to change my plans in the midst of it. Some of you were trying to tell me, wait a minute, Derek, it's not 3 bolts, there's still 4. Because there's one hidden back there. Oh, anyway, it was a good exercise. I got all 3 bolts out on both sides. Fought and fought and fought and gave up. Did get this one out, but then you have to take the air box and stuff out over there to get down to that one. And I said, let's go the other route. So This hardware looks like it came off the Titanic. It is terrible. So I ran new M8 hardware back in on both sides with washers on both sides. It'd be nice to have a bumper bracket actually held on. Guy comes into the bottom market a little hot. You need a bumper that gets you all the way through the brick, not just off of it. You know what I mean? Okay, we got yellow paint on here. That's why I did that. I know exactly where that's gonna go back up. And once I get it bolted up, we can take some black rebuild spray and just make that go away really quick. Speaking of which, I think now is the time to get in here, clean this up, get that rust treatment in here as well. Mazel. It's in our teeth. Let's get it done. Oh, let's go. Well, no, let's be all right. I was going to take her up a tickle more, but all this dust blowing off, make sure you breathe that in. You can kind of identify what year it started. Boy, these knockoff Milwaukee batteries from wish.com are really good. Full charge for about 13 seconds. Oh, junk. Better charge it. That one's dead. Why wouldn't it be? What's this one saying? That one's dead. Why wouldn't it be? Well, after these messages, we'll be right back. Do you always have a dead battery? Try plug it in. I'm back. Ha-ha. There we go. Oh yeah, rebuilding. There we go. Some of you might be laughing right now, like, ha! Feller's wasting his time. What are you even doing? Well, if we don't do this, it's gonna get worser. And it's already worst, you know? So here's that seam seal on this side. And as they said, she's ready to paint. This side's looking good too. And this is all dried up. Usually it gets more black, but that's only when it gets to real rust. I'm not sure why it's just a dark brown, but that's all dried up as well. Guess we're just going to be switching back and forth here until we get this project done. We need to clean this up before we get to painting. I'm using spray away. You can use what you want, okay? But I'm using this because it's got alcohol in it. It doesn't have silicone or any other sort of chemical that's going to react negatively with our rebuild spray and get all this filth off. I want to see what's actually here. And I think we can just kind of mist all of this, to be honest. It's going to be behind the lights. Doesn't need to be body color or anything like that. I'm thinking red. I'm kidding. It's going to be black. Okay. after we spritz this, we'll open the trunk and we can clean that up there. But this is essentially the line that no one sees. Above this is going to be glossy, well, glossy black paint, and we can clean that up later. Okay, clean good enough. Normally I'd just run a license plate down the side, the old I plate, but we did clear this with the Vice Grip Garage clear coat, so I don't want to get a bunch of overspray on it. So I'm just using this cheapy jungle website stuff. This will give us some protections. Yeah. Whoops, razor blades work better if you don't cut your hand and you turn the blade around. Huh, look at that. And then a little bit of static electricity. There we go. That'll work just fine. It will. Now normally in this particular case, I'd be using, you know, the old DE 1634. Chassis, firewalls, brakes, control arms, frames, bulkheads, bumper brackets, you name it. But guys have been working on something and testing something. Don't have a label yet, but the old Rebuild Black. It's a matte black, heat resistant up to 1600 degrees, and it rebuilds anything you spray it on to brand new. And it's going to be Vice Grip Garage brand. Give me a little bit of time. We're dialing it in, but you'll get to see it in action here. I figured I buy so much of it, you know, guys should figure out how to just make it, put it into a can, so everybody else can have it too. Yeah, rebuilding, metalwork, ha. Bumper brackets, new bumper brackets, more body work, seam seal preparation, more body work, rebuilding. Coverage of this stuff has been excellent. I've tried it on pretty much everything you can think of. I just want to make sure it's as best as a guy can possibly get it and a bang for the buck before I release it into the wild, so to speak. Yeah. There. It's better than all that rust and stuff hanging off. Well, I keep seeing more and more that I want to do. There. Well, that's got to dry. Do we go up front again? I don't know. Okay, a lot of the same. So here's a question, just in general. What kind of spray nozzle do you guys like on your cans? Do you like the big white, like 1 inch wide one? Do you like the blue one with the little flipper you press? Do you like the traditional one like this? Beep boop it. I'm just curious. I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite, although they do all have different spray patterns. It seems like, I could be wrong. I don't mind the little white button ones, because I grew up on the, remember the 88 or 98 cent Walmart spray paint? That's what that was my jam. And they have the white little button one. Sure. Ah, there we go. Looks so much more clean now without all that rust in there. Kept the yellow on the back of the pad, but we'll get that out once the bumper comes on. 1, 2. Did I put them all on this side? Well, the guy's really gone and done her now. We got wet paint on both ends of the rig. Really not a lot I can do at this point. Thought about painting the fillers up as well so they'd be dry in the morning too, but still got to test fit them, wrestle them around, drill holes in them, test fit them some more. We might as well paint them after all of that. So all I can do right now is stand here and watch paint dry. Yep, pretty good looking car. But anyway, it's late. Oh, early morning, apparently. Great. So I'm gonna shut the lights off, let this bake, and we'll get back to putting the bumper fillers on tomorrow morning. See you then. Look out, Theodore. Well, good morning. Got me a couple cups of Joe down. Let's swing up front. I think there's a couple support brackets or pieces I hold that front on. Then we can start test fitting. And we got to get these painted quick so they could dry. And hopefully by tonight again, we could be reassembling. That would be pretty sharp. Got stuff everywhere. Yeah, so there's this piece right here. And I believe just sandwiches these front corners in. Take this down. How do you reach these? 47-foot extension, I guess. Boy, being a collision tech in the 80s must have been, I suppose it's no better today. All the push locks and clips and everything's plastic. More panel replacement than body work anymore, I think. No? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Yep. So that was the tops. Uh-oh, I don't think our new pieces have that. So here's our replacement piece. And this is the clamp relator 400. And it's got these like wings or hooks on it, which must have slid into this piece. You know, something like that. And then squished it in here, but these are fiberglass. They don't have that. So, I think we're looking at just running those screws through both pieces and maybe adding a bigger washer to hold it in there. This is why we've got to test fit all this. I'll never see that screw again before we get started. It's going to be a lot of fun. Woo! The time is now. I'm going to start drilling some holes. We'll probably have to make adjustments. But we got to just dig in. Right there? Sure. And one more up here. Right there. Okay. There's our holes, 1 through 12. Now, can a guy
Line this up. Well, by golly, I think he can. Need a ranch dressing. So the plan is I don't have one, but I am going to put these in, and then we got to figure out how to attach it on the top here and get all this tied in. Looks like there was a screw. How do you get to that? There was a screw. Yeah. We gotta look at that too. Might have to go the other way up. So I think what I've got to do here to get this started is I need to get, obviously this body line is going to be flush. I need to get some sort of hardware in here to hold this corner, and then we can figure out what we're going to do in here. This is looking fantastic. The fiberglass seems to fit better, although the ABS is more affordable. But I heard that could get distorted in shipping, but I think if you hit it with like a hairdryer or a heat gun, you can bring it back around. That's supposed to be loose like that. So I'm going to drill a hole and just put some El Cheapo hardware in there. It came with these little guys here, and then just a button head screw, which is pretty rotten. So I don't think upgrading it to anything else is going to hurt us at this point. Probably work better. So I've got some button socket cap, kind of the Allen key 1/4 inch here, and then a hex lock nut, and then some washers, and I'll run them in right here. I got the hole drilled. See if that fits. I think by having the side over there and then this corner kind of secured is going to let us figure out the center. Doesn't necessarily matter as much because we'll have the body lines figured out. Need a little more room. There we go. Friction fit. I shouldn't even have to put the nut on right now. Okay. Looking good. Looking pretty good. It's fun to think we got to paint these and then redo all of this again. Oh boy. So up under here, it won't be that bad. I can get a nut driver in the drill, gas as close as I can, and run those in. And that will suck this up here in between, make sure that's pinched. We should be good to go. That's that under there. Boy, sure changes the look. Not even painted. Well, the guy changed these over to a button-head Phillips because I didn't have a driver for the other one. Bingo, bango. Okay. Nice. Now, just have to do the same thing again over there. Woo! We're having fun now. Well, the guy's got both sides fit on. They fit pretty good. This will close up. I don't have the nut on this one. That'll come up. So, take these back off and set them aside for paint. Now we can head to the rear of the vehicle and basically do the same exact thing for the backside. Guy's been in the back here trying to wrap the brainstem around how these work. I would have hoped that I would be using the original provisions, but it's not. See, the original one would come up here and grab this screw here, and there's one under here, and then it fills right here, all the way up and around. This, kind of-ish gets there, but it doesn't. Also, there's no hardware provisions anywhere. Unless I just drill a self-tapper or something there, which, hello, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I got the light on this side, kind of just roughing it in. I think it'll look okay, but again, it's not grabbing any of the original hardware. What I mean by that is, you'd think it would come up and grab these three, or at least snap in here and screw in here, but it don't. Now there's a feller out there named Spoolfool, I believe. He's been making these for quite some time. It's a one-piece OEM replica, beautiful, actually better than. I believe it comes painted even, but I've heard they're not the cheapest thing. But you get what you pay for with most things in life. So I'm not gonna complain. It is what it is. And we'll make this work. It is definitely going to be significantly better than what we had, which is nothing. Right? Right. Beggars can't be losers, is what I'm saying. How do I get, oh, I see, those clips are gone. Maybe I can borrow one. Oh, there's one here. So these would flip up through that ABS, which I believe it has two little dimples for that, right here and right here for the whoop, that's your woe it down lights, see? Well, same thing as the front. I think we just start slamming holes in these, wrestle them around a little bit. These little flimsy plates, don't need them. It's like a tray under the lens. I was gonna try to make some on my brake, run into town, get some thin metal, and then after I reassembled it all, I realized really no need for that nonsense. I'm gonna tape these up out of the way quick. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Now would be a good time to check all these bulbs. You know what I mean? Burnt out bulbs are just DIY makers. Yeah. Bill knows what I'm talking about. He's on his third one. You gotta be careful. Okay. I can see that one's burnt out. Let's just try it. What have we got? What are we supposed to have? Aha, see? Are we supposed to have side marker lights? I think so. Are both of them burnt out? Can't be. Well, maybe. Is this an 1157? Wow, it's stuck in there. It's a 2057. Isn't that just an 1157? Go get my box of bulbs. Well, never mind. The guy did some rearranging around here and I can't find nothing. Just, we'll figure that out later. All right, here we go. Taking a risk. Taking a risk. Something like that. Okay. What's that do? What did that do for us? What happened? Does this work now? Well, we're about 1,000,000 miles from nowhere. Time don't matter to me though. There we go. I thought I taped these little devils up. Sure, this side doesn't even hit the plastic for me to even pretend to put a self-tapper in. So that's pretty good. I like that. That fits. Okay. Good. All right, I gotta stop breathing this in. It's spicy on the lungs. Okay, let's do the other side. What did we learn over there? Top one's gotta come down 12 feet. Oh, there's not even a hole on this side. Huh. There's little dimples where you're supposed to drill. This side's missing one. Let's see. I'll move it back and forth. Ha! It did. Scribed a mark right there for me. Now I'll drill a hole right there. All be good. Oh, and there's only a 12-foot gap in the middle. That's not bad. Boy, I gotta push it out so this looks better, but then this opens up to Grand Canyon. I think I'll wait to drill the final screws after these are painted. We're gonna have to support it here in the middle, but I want this body line to be more gooder or take priority. So I think let's get these painted, get the taillights on the car. Or how does that work? Yeah, we'll have to put the taillights in loosely, slide these underneath, snug up the taillights, and then I can decide if I want Terrible Body or Grand Canyon, or split the two and do Missouri River 25-footer. That's probably what we'll end up doing. Okay. Good enough. Uh-oh, look out! Time to paint these things. So once again, we find ourselves in a position, we want them to look good, but we don't want them to look too good, because look at the rest of the car. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna, these are already really smooth. I'm just gonna scuff them with some 800. I wish I had like 600, but I don't. Using what I got. And then we'll just clean them up and spray them down. And by spray, I mean rattle can. You know what I mean? Good. We're on the same page. Good enough. Well, we're over here in the professional paint booth. And by that, I mean a Walmart tarp on the ground. Pegboard I was supposed to hang on the wall 2 years ago on top of a broken sawhorse that's hanging on for dear life. I'm just gonna wipe these down with a paint prep kind of stuff, whatever you want to use. Clean these up a little bit. Gonna do this a couple times because I have a bad habit of just smearing the dirt around instead of doing the wax on, wax off approach. And we're gonna paint these right here, right on top of this. I wonder if I should. Yeah, I think I will paint it like that. Stuff and things. Also two more. I'll turn the lights on over here, okay? But I gotta turn those lights off first, and then when I get those off, I'll come back over here and flip these on. I ain't running 97 lights for one guy. Yep, and stuff. So as far as the paint goes, the guy just went into O'Reilly and said, hey, I need paint for my car. And she said, okay, we could do that. Do you have a code? And I said, well, code red. I'm in a hurry, you know. And I think she might have rolled her eyes at me. That's up for debate. And she said, Derek, like a paint code. And I said, oh yeah, it's a Buick Grand National black paint code. And then she handed me this. So that's what we got. It's just a U-pole thing. They mix it right there in the store. We'll throw this down. I don't know how many coats. We're gonna have to just wait and see what it tells us. Boy, this fiberglass is soaking it up. We might be 2-3 coats. I ain't kidding ya. And again, we're not going for perfect. There's some blemishes. Hopefully like a mosquito or something lands in it. It's just gonna help match the rest of the car. I see some deep scratches and a little spider web there in the fiberglass. That's good. This corner's cracked. That's also good. True story, at first, these bumper fillers didn't even bother me. And then 97,814 comments later, every time I got in the rig, I started looking where the bumper fillers are supposed to be. And then it started just festering. Decided to finally do it. Okay, we keep going around, one more coat. There'll be 2 medium coats. Pretty quick like. Come on. Got almost a can in it already. Okay, that's it for this one. Missed by a mile. Perfect.
Well, here they are under base coat. There's the cracks. Fiberglass there. There's a chip on the corner. Can blew out on me a couple times. This one's cracked. Hard to see when it's not somewhat shiny. Assuming that happened in shipping. Paint can blew out on me over here. But overall, that's fine. It's going to help match the rest of the vehicle. We don't want them perfect. Just wouldn't make sense. Someday these might get repainted again with the whole car. So, good enough for now.
Guys, gonna let these sit and dry before we throw some clear on them. I got some hay to put up. We got some pretty good weather right now. So I'm gonna go do that, catch an allergy or 6, come back, we'll finish these up. Well, the guy's back. I got the baler plugged, something fierce. So I'm gonna let it think about what it's done. Then we'll get the clear on this. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think so. I'm really excited about this, clear coat time. This is a new product from Vice Grip Garage. It's the 1776 clear, made right here in the US of A. It's an extreme luster, professional grade automotive clear coat, super easy to spray on, and I make it in such large drums that I can get it to you guys at a very affordable price. I was thinking about spraying it on here, but I gotta be honest, I've always shot you straight, and I will always shoot you straight. Not really the application. If you had some left over, absolutely, you can spray it on anything you want. But if I were to use some here, and then I go to spray, say, a Suburban, I might find myself a little bit short. So I'm not gonna use my own 1776 clear. You can find this stuff at vicegripgarage.com if you're interested in this or the Shine Juice or the other wipe-on clear coats. Instead, we're gonna use something a little bit maybe more practical in this instance. Aha! Rattle can clear. This is just a 2-part clear. You saw me use this on the Jeep. Pop the button in, shake it up, and we'll spray it on. We're gonna call that good enough. And for something this small, little, kind of patchwork, I don't have to worry about cleaning a gun or anything like that. So hopefully this turns out halfway decent. And that's all we're going for. Good enough. We're gonna wanna do 2 to 3 light coats. Just get something on here that sticks, makes it adhesive, let it flash, and we'll come right back around. Maybe we'll get lazy and just do 2 really heavy coats. If you were really trying, we would have ran a tack cloth or something, or at least blowing air across these so we're not encapsulating all the dust and stuff, but All right, let me go find some gloves, a tomahawk, a couple cold snacks, get ready to unplug a baler while this is flashing. I'll come back. Heavy coat, just, you know, it's always something to do.
Okay, just sprayed a second wet coat on. That'll do. Now it's just got to sit here and dry. I think it's a touch dry 80 minutes. I'll be longer than that. I'll be out in the tractor for quite a while, so we'll let these just sit here in the bake booth. Yep. Well, I'm back, and these are dry. Good. Good enough. Be just fine. Sure. Some dry spots. Again, don't need them perfect. Oh, yeah. Well, that'll do. That'll do. Dry in here on the clear, but okay, I think we're going to start with the rear. Let's get the rear put back together first. So that's the first thing we took apart, and I'm quickly losing memory on how it goes back together. So let's start there. Okay, so these are in, and wow. Okay. Taillights are in. I'm just going to run a self-tapper in with, where did I just put that setup I had? I'm going to run a self-tapper in with a flat washer on it. Try to hold these into place because the molding doesn't go up where the original piece did back in the day. Can you come here, Bradley? Help me, please. You hold that like that. Okay, don't sneeze. What do you think of that? Oh. There you go. Boy, this feels wrong. License plate will hide it. Do another one just for measures of good. Oh, that one went into the metal behind it and the wiring. That's good. I think I'll do that here too. Yeah, there we go. They almost touched. Okay, now I'll lift it up a little bit so it's easier for us, Brad, and then we'll walk that bumper into position. Boop. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
That didn't sound good.
It's just scraping off the new paint.
That's fine.
Maybe it's got to come up like that. Did you find a nut?
Yeah. Every time you do that, like, rains rust.
Just pretend you didn't see that. We're adding paint.
This one's being difficult.
Can you get one really tight so I can let go of this?
Yeah, let me get this one tight. All right.
Sweet. Okay, now, gotta try to level this up a little bit. Yep. What's your eyeball say? Down, up, middle, left,
Good
right.
enough.
Good enough?
Yeah. Can't tell if this one's cross-threaded.
Probably.
It's just really damaged threads.
Yes. What size was these?
13, I think. Do you want to run up front and grab the 13 ratcheting wrench?
Yes.
I'm going to start eyeballing this. Bumper's on. Boy, those fillers make a huge, huge difference. So, car's not straight. Air pressures are different. Definitely not going to jig it. So we're going to sit here and just go and figure out what we like. Thank you, son. I bonked it right there. I don't know if that needs to go up or not.
Looks pretty level.
It's weird because according to the marks on here, it was way lower before. Or like the witness marks of the nut.
Yeah. Was it uneven before then?
It was probably way crooked before, but we couldn't tell because the plastic was gone. Standing back here, that looks even. Yeah, back here, kind of the line, the filler on both sides, you know. That looks pretty good, but according to the witness marks, that's way crooked from before, but I think that's it. Well, the rear's done, so up to the front here. Boy, it looks like this thing just exploded up here. Look at this. There's plastic chunks and pieces, and I think that's a cockroach. Don't worry about that. Wow. But then you do this, and it seems okay. All right, so now we got to try to get this front end put back together. It should hopefully just go right back in, right? We got 4 bolt screw things here. We got the 3 under here. We got the 1 here that we made. Then I believe the bumper goes on, right? I think. And then, where did it go? Oh, I threw it over here, of course. And then that thing, which this side was okay, but I think this side, yeah, some of these are ripped through. So we might need some big old body washers. Kind of cool, they split in the middle. This one's missing it, but there used to be a scoop that hung here. I gotta try to find one. And that would scoop the air up into the intercooler, down into there. I also have, you're not gonna believe it, a hood prop. Right there. No, I'm kidding. Look. Yeah, I broke down and I spent the $24. Okay? If we get time, we'll get to it. Not too worried about it. If we get time. I don't know if I will. Fan randomly just kicked on. And that is why the batteries always die on these. And that is the relay with the cap off of it right there. Just sitting here. Fan kicks on. Huh. This is kind of a known thing for these G-bodies. I have one somewhere. I just have to locate it. And we might as well pop that in. I will forget. But remind me, bleep bloop it down there in the comments. So next time, fan relay thing goes in there. Okay, thanks. Huh. I could probably make this. Nope. I think I see the issue. A little bit of corrosion. That's that contact. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to set this here so when I get in I don't forget. We're going to start with the drinker side, mostly because I dropped the driver's side and then kicked it under the car. Okay, let's get this in. Wonder how badly we're going to scratch this up, putting the bumper on. Oh yeah. Boy, that makes a world of difference, doesn't it? Having that big gap in there. I think I might do both sides at the same time. Like do the 4 outer bolts on that one. Ooh, I smell smoke. 4 I don't know. Ghost. So 4 outer bolts on that one, 4 on this one, 3 top, 3 top. You know, just kind of go back and forth. And then that way I can also split the hardware up. Because if one of these twosies is missing, we'll split these the onesies in half to the 3 divided by 2. You know? Yeah. Sure. Okay. So jam this up here. I believe we had 0 problems with these. I wallered out one, I think. On the front, I am going to be picky. I want this body line to really match up, because that's what everyone looks at. No matter what kind of car, guy looks here, across the hood, call it the front 3/4, and then they shoot their eyeballs down the sail panel and trunk, or if it's a truck, like the top of the box. It's just natural when everyone drinks up a vehicle. So those are the lines we got to focus on. See, so I'm pushing this out right here, so that lines up better. Like that. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna get to work. You go back here and sit on a chair and you can watch, hand me tools, okay? Okay. Well, start by, where's that Phillips screwdriver at? That's a pry bar. Well, the guy's humming right along here. I think I got her all back together. Had to do a little bit of surgery on this one here because we got some rot down there. Did replace all of the hardware for the lower plastics, and did use some new nuts and washers on some of the bumper stuff. Just decided to heave that up myself. But now this plastic looks kind of goofy. See, I rebuilt this one on the back. So I think I'm going to rebuild these ones up front and the bottom too, because they kind of just stick out. So let's go ahead and rebuild this. Rebuilding, rebuilding, rebuilding. Plastic rejuvenation, mold injection stuff, rebuilding, science. There we go. Let this dry, it'll kind of, shine will fall off. Permanently armor-alled. Also got underneath here, touched up a few different places. You know, so when I jump the curb, headed to the VFW, you know, people get a good underlook. It looks clean under here, you know? And I'll go, golly, did he spray bomb under there too? I go, yeah, he rebuilt it. Whole thing. Got everything cleaned up here. We are burning the midnight oil. But tonight's the last shot. I got to work on this for a while. Tomorrow I got to run into town, get some parts, run around, pay some bills, do some stuff like that. I think we could take this guy out. Ooh. And then I'm on the road again. Okay. Lift support, 100% performance. I don't know, how much horsepower do these give us? Are those the right ones? They look kind of rightly-ish. Has that got a weird clip? No. Does that come off? It does, okay. I think these will work. What do we need? What do we got? What is it? What am I looking at? Is that a 15 or a 14? I don't know. Let's get both. I've been down, but not this far before. Okay. What's going on with this thing? It is a 15. Confirmage. Where did? Yep. Okay. I think a guy. Ooh, I might have one of them twirly ones. I have a serious lack of tools right now, but I broke down and ordered some. Should be here pretty soon, actually. One of these days I ought to pressure wash under here and get all these leaves and walnuts and miscellaneous animal carcasses and stuff like that out of here. Okay. All right. I gotta be careful here. This is about not to be the Grand National. Maybe the Superior National or something. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Well, for heaven's sakes. I can't believe this. Oh, there we go. I just had to use my brain. Oh, see, it ain't jiving. I think this one's zigging when it should zag. Aha! Yep. I tried to tell you it wasn't going to work from the get-go. We need to do some wallerage. And I got just the tool. I got a fresh Christmas tree bit. I just carved a hole in, making an exhaust kit back here somewhere. Christmas tree bit solves everything. Perfect. Friction fit, might I even say. Might as well do this one. They either work great or break your wrist. There we go. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Custom hood support now with a K and a Z on the end. Customs. Don't tell me. Okay, I was about to say to you. That's not doing anything, but I thought it might look cool. Okay. Move over to the other side. Oh, ouch. Okay. I'm gonna be a little confused here, if I'm being honest. I've never had a G-body that didn't have a shovel sticking through the hood. New experience. Still have a mouse house over here behind the wiper motor. Seems fine. We got 74 cats in the shop now, so they ought to keep them at bay. Oh. Okay. Hindsight being 12/16, I probably should have put these on first, considering all the work we've done under the hood. We've had 2x4s and shovels and a rake. All sorts of stuff in here. Let's see what happens here. Will all be dipped. Do you trust these little shock things? Wow. Oh, that's kind of nice. Need my leather person. Okay. Well, I think that's it for tonight. We shall take this thing for a cruise tomorrow. Get her out in the daylight. Take a look at these bumper fillers and everything else. Might even run it through the car wash. Why not? Yeah. See you in the morning. Whew, it is late. Hey, Theodore, what are you doing? Rumbling. Well, good morning. Was jumping in the Grand National here, getting ready to head to town, and almost stepped on a bad relay. Forgot last night. I did find the new one, so let's pop this in. And then we gotta go to town, so might as well take the going to town rig. So I believe it's just like that. There we go. Now we got these new fancy hood shocks. All right. Well, the fans seem to be working anyway, so that's good. I'm out here like Relay Cyrus. The wash came up on me quick. Got the winders down still.
That's the undercarriage. I don't know if we've ever taken this through a car wash. Oh, I can feel it on my feet. Hopefully it ain't taking the floorboards off. Well, that was that, I guess. I didn't even get the whole car through. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember running this through a wash. I have no idea what we're in for. At least this one ain't got the tops. It's got a pretty good looking headliner though. You know. Oh, standard issue foam. It is tricolor though. Little, well, not too, little chintzy. Little chintzy! I don't know if anyone's here, I guess. Whirly-doo scrubbies. Oh, it's my antenna. Oh, I didn't get my antenna down. That's gone. Oh no! Do I dare run out? I don't think I'll make it. Yeah, as soon as the big one comes over top, kaboom, gone. Wipers work. Huh. Oh, I'm an idiot. Why did I leave that up? There it goes. That's not easy to replace, is it? I don't think so. Okay, here comes this grill smasher. Perfect. It's shut down for some reason. What is that? Oh, it's scrubbing the wheels. Wow. I don't think it's lined up on the wheel though. Is it? I don't think there's any leaks so far. It's pretty good. It felt like I just got in a car wreck. What's going on back there? Let's go around! Uh-oh. What was that? Something came off. Oh, the other antenna. For the cell phone I don't have. Great. That seems wonderful. Oh, that poor antenna. Oh, it's just bent way out. Yeah, lean in this way, buddy. Hang on! Hang in there! Woo! Okay, let's call it good. Let's call it good. I still got a fender and antenna. Good enough. That's... Oh no, here comes the roof scrubby again. I think it's gonna, hopefully that antenna doesn't get put through the windshield. You keep scrubbing, but there's no soap on it. I don't understand how this is supposed to be cleaning. Is it hit by a car? What is going on? I just put those bumper fillers in. They're probably laying on the ground. I'm about ready to drive out of here. This is a violent wash. I got a leak up there by the mirror. It ain't terrible. Oh, antenna down. Can I fix this? Oh, it don't go down. Maybe that was my problem. She's stuck. Well, we got her somewhat straight. Well, you guys were right. With a little bit of labor and some spray paint, the bumper fillers dramatically changed the look of the Grand National. It looks so good now, and this is a very good example of what I've been kind of preaching, is go find a car that you're interested in or that you like, but don't mortgage it. Get something within your budget. within your means. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even need to run. It doesn't need to win a car show. Other people don't need to like it, even. Fix it up over time. A little bit here, a little bit there. Drive it and enjoy it so you don't lose the passion about the vehicle. And over time you can fix it up as life allows and time allows and money allows. And you'll end up with a really nice rig someday. And for me, that is the Grand National, known as the Bland National. This car has been a dream of mine since I was a kid, and I am enjoying it. It is a driver. I can door ding the thing. The kids can spill ice cream in it. I can drop cold snacks on the floor. We can haul engines in the trunk. It doesn't really matter. Eventually it'll be nice, but for now, I'm enjoying it. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do, is go hit some more twists and turns, work my way back to Vice Grip Garage. We're on to the next episode. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you all so very much. Leave a comment. What's next for the Bland National? See you guys soon.